Since we're already, giving them a free pass on their business, can you imagine we wouldn't have a national debt if the churches were taxed on their profits and their income and etc.
You serious?
Imagine that we characterized any residual income of churches as profit and taxed it under the corporate income tax. We'll generously allow that churches, in this somewhat absurd hypothetical, have profits in line with corporations, a 7.7% average. According to Giving USA, religious organizations received $128.2 billion in contributions in 2019. For the vast majority of churches, tithes and offerings constitute the bulk of revenue, though churches may also have investment income, and a small number, particularly megachurches, may also generate revenue from the sale of books, videos, and other materials. The Giving USA figure is too broad inasmuch as it covers organizations that aren't houses of worship, but too narrow for our purposes inasmuch as it does not include other income streams. Let's choose an aggressive figure of $150 billion, just to be on the safe side. If we assume a 7.7% rate of profit, that yields just under $11.6 billion in taxable income, neglecting deductions or exemptions, which would generate $2.4 billion in federal tax liability. To put that in context, in FY 2021, federal outlays ran $6.8 trillion, with the government bringing in $3.8 trillion in revenue. That's less than 0.04% of federal outlays, and 0.06% of federal revenue. It's a rounding error. Besides, churches are undeniably non-profit organizations, and it would be difficult, and likely unconstitutional, to treat them less favorably than secular non-profits. The notion that taxing churches would raise substantial federal revenue is wildly inaccurate, even neglecting the incoherence of imposing income taxes on a non-profit organization. Clergy pay income and payroll taxes just like everyone else, and the local property tax exemption, while meaningful, is available to all non-profits. The housing allowance, however, is somewhat meaningful and is controversial in legal circles. But on the whole, the notion that houses of worship are somehow depleting the treasury is what the Ten Commandments would call false witness.